Hi, my name is Alexander Chitungo. I made this. I was born in Zimbabwe and I live in Zimbabwe, and now I've been working in sculpture for 27 years. I had friends who actually inspired me to work on sculpture. I like sculpture, I like stone, I like working on stone, and I grew up going to the art center to see other people working on sculptures, but I was not much interested in art, in that kind of sculpture, but I was interested in more like clay and working on other sculptures. But then things changed. As I worked on stone, everything's changed for me. But I think Lincoln and Tondrai Mareja, who were my friends, actually inspired me more. And then I started doing more abstract, more bouncing babies, and I changed my style into different. As I changed my style, I went into another style called the shadow birds. But the style I'm talking about right now is the bouncing babies. The more kids are being bounced, the more you bounce your baby, the more they get to enjoy the presence of their parents. They enjoy being around their parents because when you're bouncing the baby, you feel being loved more closer to their parents. So with these sculptures in our communities is very vital, and I do this because I feel our community needs this. They need to embrace each other. They need to love each other, family love, joy, and togetherness. That's why I worked on this sculpture. And the sculpture is actually, the medium is opal, which is a green opal from Zimbabwe, and it comes from the northern part of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe sits right on top of South Africa. It's like a small teapot. Yes, and the stone actually, the process of working on this stone actually is by starting with a punch, working with the processes of removing what's not wanted, what I call the unwanted parts on the stone, which means I'm using a punch and then with a hammer, and after that I use push punch and chisels, and from chisels I use rasps and sandpaper to make sure that I smoothen it up nicely and make sure that there are no dents and boobies on that sculpture. So the sculpture is called Up Up Mama. The community in Zimbabwe where I live, we've got a large community of about 2.5 million in the area that I live. They call it a small town, but I think it's a big town right now. They are granting it a status of being a town. The people in my town, they love sculpture. Lots of them now, they are coming to me to teach them actually how to do sculpture. So I've got some few students that I'm taking and working with them and showing them how to work on sculptures, how to work on stone, even if it's not only stone, but we work on different kind of mediums, which is metals, wood, and stone. So we're doing mixed media of these sculptures, so in different forms. So each and every one of them comes to me, and then we work it out and see what they need and what they want to work with. So I'm happy that my community got to embrace sculpting itself. What brought me to Ellensburg is actually that I'm teaching at the Central. I'm teaching a sculpture class, which is a 2-credit point class for 8 weeks here at the Central. And I like it here. The people are very nice, very loving, and everyone I meet, everyone I talk to, the students are wonderful, and everyone is so beautiful out here in Ellensburg. Ellensburg has been like home to me, and because each time I come here to Ellensburg, I feel being loved, being received with loving arms, and I'm being embraced all the way from the young ones to the older ones, and that's why I do mother and children, getting to embrace each other as a family. So we one family. So I love Ellensburg. Love Ellensburg.